It's a knitting, started out as a knitting group, and we named ourselves the Knitwits. And I have been involved in it for about 4 years, but it has evolved into just more than knitting. There are some ladies that are doing some very nice tatting, and there's some people doing cross stitch, and we have some really great gals that are making things that are to give to people that need them. And one of the things is, one lady who's 82 years old has made 350 lap quilts that we started out giving them to children who had had chemotherapy because they're cold. We've also knitted blankets for preemie babies. And another lady knits small heart-shaped pillows that are given to people who have had mastectomies or biopsies or any kind of chest surgery. They're soft and they're easy to hold it next to you. My pet project are called Izzy dolls. It came out of Canada. I met a lady in Canada in a knit shop, and we started chatting and we swapped patterns. I gave her a pattern for a preemie blanket, and she said, well, I knit Izzy's. And her son's name was Mark Isfeld, and he was in the military. And she sent these dolls to him, and he would give them to kids on the street. Our group, I personally have done about 1,200, but our group somewhere around 2,000. They've gone to Bosnia, they've gone to Russia, they've gone to Romania, they've gone to Afghanistan and Iraq. I really don't know where a lot of them have gone, frankly. And they're soft, they fit in a pocket, and that's why the soldiers liked them, because they'd carry them in their pocket, and then they'd meet a kid on the street, and they'd just give him one.
Well, we're the West Cobb Senior Center Woodcarvers. That's the name of the group. You usually order what we call a bandsaw cutout or a rough out from a wood carving company. That's what most of us do. Or you can do it yourself and get a bandsaw cutout. I took a paper pattern of a cowboy and laid it down on the wood and drew around it, and my husband cut it out with a bandsaw. This is what the head looks like before it's ever been carved. This would take, if I'm in a class, which I've done with a professional wood carver, we would go and spend basically 2 days in class. One evening, one full day, and another half a day. And you won't have it completed, but you have the basic thing to where you can go ahead and finish it up yourself in another week, 2 weeks, depends on how much time you're putting in on it. Sometimes you can use a go-by stick. This one is for doing spirit faces, and it starts out with just a stick, and it shows you the steps of how you shave it off here, put in a nose, eyes. You learn a lot about anatomy and proportions, and the end of the nose is the same level as your ears. You don't think about that, but if you look at me, you can see the end of my nose is the same level in my head. Carving children and women are much harder to carve than men. I guess it's because you want the fine, smooth detail, and you can make a rough-looking cowboy, and if you're trying to carve a pretty lady or a child or something, that's more difficult.
And what's it feel like when you're done? What's it fun when you take that last little?
Oh yeah, you're very pleased to be done. Yeah, and you're pleased when it looks good, you know.